Let's talk about multi-availability zones and multi-region deployments. Companies are spending significant amount of money on these setups thinking that they are protected. Walk us through what they're actually getting versus what they think they're getting.
Well, a lot of the draw towards multi-availability zone or multi-region deployments is to gain some extra protection, some extra risk reduction in the environment. And that does get provided when using a multi-premise, multi-availability zone or multi-region deployment. But that doesn't ensure that there's the seamless failover for applications between those regions. Um, so, if I use my database system example, if I have failover between the US East one and US West regions, um, you know, I still have to make sure that my application is able to promptly come in service when switching over from the US East region to the US West region. Um, and so with that, there's the possibility or the introduction of some considerations that need to come into play. In order to ensure that seamless failover, you need to make sure that your prerequisite applications, resources, services, data are all available. If my US West region doesn't have all of the data that my US East region has, it doesn't do me much good if I can bring the database in service over there because it doesn't have the up-to-date data that I need to remain operational. Additionally, when dealing with these multi-availability zones, multi-region deployments, you also have to consider the possibility for a split brain, where both systems in either region believe that they are the active operational copy of the environment. And so you need a high availability solution that can manage that failover switch over between those regions and help to avoid those conditions. And I touched on it briefly, but there's also the concern of data consistency or data inconsistency. Your solution also needs to make sure that your data is replicated, is present on the standby systems so that in the event that you do need to switch over to another region, you are continuing to operate with the up-to-date data and you're not losing anything in your return point objective by bringing applications in service in another site.